It's been a while since I've done a review video, and it's been actually years, I would think, since I've done an unboxing video, but that's exactly what we're going to do today, because Neewer reached out to me literally only last week and mentioned a new teleprompter that they'd got and asked if I'd be interested in it. And I didn't expect it to show up this quick, and here it is, and I literally haven't taken the thing out of the box yet, and I figured if I'm going to do this, why don't I record it and see how far we can get through in this video, and then I can come back and do a full setup one after that. But just to say, thanks to Neewer for sending this through, but as hopefully you know in these sort of reviews, I'm not getting paid for this. They're not influencing what I'm doing. It's just trying to put it in the hands of people so we can put it in front of you. Now, at the minute, this isn't even available on Amazon. It is pre-release only. And I'm excited because it's not just another teleprompter. With this one here, it's actually got the monitor built into it. So it's very much like the Elgato Prompter that I currently use and recommend. So I'm interested to see how this stands up and goes alongside it. So we're going to switch cameras because we're going to go a little bit wider view over here. And let's open this up. Like I say, bit rusty on doing unboxings. I guess as long as you can see the thing, right? So, top of the box, instructions. We'll find out what all these parts are in a minute. I've got to actually build it up by the looks of it. So that is the actual teleprompter itself. That'll be our base. I'll get the box out of the way in a second. Cables. That's going to be the monitor. Okay. What I might do actually is grab my Elgato one and just put this side by side. So all nice and neat in there. Nice foam packaging that will, I don't know, I shall never use that again. Instructions. Yeah. Right. We might need them in a minute, actually. Let's see how we can get on without it and whether we actually need the instructions or not. So first thing I'm trying to do is to put the actual plate into this, and I can see straight away we've got this button on the side. This might be a bit clearer on this one. I've got a button in here that I press that in and it locks. So when I press it in, I can move that and open it up. And do we think we go straight into... There's our monitor. Look at that. That looks very impressive. That looks to me like it is going to slot straight into here. And it does. Okay. So simple as that. That is in and connected. And there's a little catch underneath to pull that out. Now, what I noticed when I just put that in is it's also got threads on here as well. So presumably that means I could use this as a monitor on its own. I should have just showed you these. Let's have a little look around it. So this is the area that is going to be plugged in. And these are the controls that we've got on the side. So 2 different Type-C inputs or a mini HDMI input. And then this will be how we do all our settings, I guess. But literally those 2 little dots on here lined up with the back of this. And that's clipped straight in, no fuss at all. Right. So, I'm going to need instructions, aren't I? At some point. This is going so well. Hope it's not coming through too noisy through the mic with all of this clattering. Okay, so more cables actually in here as well. This is going to be, so this is slightly different. Let me just grab my Elgato. For reference, if you don't know it, this is the Elgato Prompter. I'm thinking looks like it's, I mean, yeah, the sizes of this, you couldn't have got much closer. I think that monitor looks to me to be pretty much identical. You'd think these had come out of the same factory. The thing with the Elgato, I mean, there's no controls with it. On one hand, that's really good because there's no settings. I just plug it in and I work it all from an app, which is very Elgato. It's the same with their lights. What I'm keen on this one is to see actually, can I use it independently of that? Because my understanding is that I can just plug this in and it will work like an extra monitor straight off without needing any app or software for it. So we need to get this connected first of all. The difference, what I was just going to show you is with that Elgato, you attach it and you hang it on the lens, whereas with this one, it doesn't look like that's the case. Okay. I'm not sure what this is. There's a little flip down here. You know, I really ought to have a look at these instructions, hadn't I? I'm trying to whiz through this and demonstrate it, but I don't want to get to the end and then go, oh, that's what we should have done. So I am just going, let's attach this part first of all, which I'm hoping, yeah, is pretty intuitive really. That just slots into that one position. This on the back of here then is going to be my quick release plate, so I can attach my camera onto this, and that's shooting through here. And I did just spot this little Velcro hood, so that'll sit on there to stop any other light coming through, and then my lens is just going to poke into this. We have got a film on the front, we'll take that off afterwards. And again, a bit differently to what I've had before, the fact that we're going to be mounting this onto the tripod rather than it attaching to the front of the camera. And if I'm honest, I do really like that because, you know, there's a lot of weight to this. This is definitely a heavier unit than that Elgato, but even that, having that hanging off the front of a lens wasn't ideal really. So I actually like the idea that this is going to go onto the tripod, and by the looks of it, the camera is going to sit on the back of this. I don't know what this part is. Maybe it's for different setups. What have we got? A quick release plate. Actually, there's really not a lot of instructions in there anyway, so I think we're going to be learning this as we go. Right, so I can slide this part forwards and backwards. This is where the camera's going to go. Let me see actually if I can just zoom that in a little bit on there. There we go, you can see more what I'm doing now. The quality is going to go, I'm afraid, but we'll try and attach this onto here. If I can work out how to get it off. Okay, now that's for the movement of it. Right, there it comes. I have a, what have I got? This is my Sony 6400 sitting here that I thought would be a good little example to try. Tighten this up onto the quick release. This is my fear really with these, with the cameras that just have one position really for their, or one height. I'm just, there we go, that's fine. And actually, I have to say that my concerns, that is perfectly lined up with this camera to be shooting straight through that lens there, yeah? Now, what would happen by the looks of it, I can lift this. So if it were the other way around and I needed to lift it, I don't know if I were using my A7 whether it would fit on here, or I would almost need to lower this and struggle to get the camera and the lens in there. It won't go back any further than this. So I'll try putting that hood over the front. So I'm just going to tuck the lens in there. Make sure there's nothing gathering that it will catch. And I can slide this forward. Tighten it up. Now I did come prepared. We've got 2 different size screw threads. I thought maybe I would finally have a go with this little tripod that I don't think I've ever used. Sorry, Pat. Right, I thought that'd be a good way to demonstrate this. So I can put this on this little stand. So this would be on the tripod, but I don't want to change that around particularly over there. But you get to see this, what it looks like then. So sitting on the tripod, camera is fixed onto here, points through the front. I will take this film off. Oh, what a satisfying feeling. And this is what we'll be looking at. So if you haven't seen these before, this is how the thing works. We're pointing our camera, can you see it in there? So we're sending our camera into the feed here. No, it's all too black. The lens is in there, the camera's tucked behind pointing through, and what we're going to be able to do is to send information onto this screen here. We're going to be able to use it as an extra monitor, and then this will be sent up in front. So whether that's a true teleprompter script or whether it's a Zoom call or something like that we're using. Got a set of cables here. I think I'm just going to try this USB first of all, because this was the one that came. I think I've got options there for different, for the HDMI and things. Sorry, the downside of me recording it live like this is you have to sit and wait while I'm doing these things, but we're going to try as quick as I can. We'll plug in this in. We'll put the other end into here. And let's see what happens. Does it spring to life? Because I don't see a power button on here. Yep, right. So you can see there what's coming through. And I reckon, so let me have a quick look over here, because I reckon what's going to happen, let me make sure it comes up on the right screen. Yes. So if I just do, I'm going to record this a minute, you can see my screen. So I've just come up here to Apple system settings. Let me just zoom in a bit if I can. Come on. Right, so what I'm going to do down here is come down to displays. Obviously I'm on a Mac here. If you're on a PC, you're going to have to find it differently, I'm afraid. But it's giving me, I've got my Dell monitor, I've got my built-in display, and I've got DP, which I'm assuming is this. I don't know quite what that stands for. And I've got a default setting on this. And what I can do is extend the display. Now this is the important bit, is when I click arrange here, so this is showing me my built-in display, so my laptop screen, then it shows me up there my Dell monitor, because you see that's the layout I've got. So when I move my cursor from this screen up to this one, it goes. So where do we want to put this one? Realistically, it's going to sit probably here. What that will mean is my cursor should go from both of these across to that. And let's see if I've done this right. Because this, as you can see over here at the minute, then this is the information page on the Neewer website about this. So let's, if I come out of this live demo and probably come across to this one. So does this make a bit more sense? I've got, this is my built in. This is my monitor, and now we've added this one into it. So what should happen is as I move from here, so you can see what I'm saying, I can move it down to this screen, but I should now be able to push it there. Yes. Nearly. It hasn't quite gone. What happened there? Right, you can see it better than I can, but what is happening is it's sending it across to, maybe I need to make that a bit smaller. I shouldn't need to. I'm going to send that across here. Obviously, normally that would be sitting in front of me, but you can see that it's done it and it's sent it across. I'm going to jump back to this camera. So my cursor's all over the place now. And here it comes. So it's as easy as that, no software or anything. So if I were on a Zoom meeting, which I can very quickly just open one up. And it's straight to this monitor. So you can see down here. There you go. There's my Zoom meeting. So if I was sitting looking into this, it's obviously in reverse at the minute, but I would be sitting looking into this and I'm looking straight at my guest on there through the lens. Do you get what's happening? This is the screen it's projecting. Well, this is the extra monitor. It flips it up there. It's automatically taken it and put it in reverse. Now I am just going to pull this around and have a look and see what I think to the quality. And that's really cool. Now this isn't set up as a camera input into here, unfortunately, so I'm not going to be able to show you that coming through. I think that is a really good image. So this is obviously down to the quality of the monitor that Neewer have put into this, but I am genuinely impressed. That was the thing for me. You know, it's always hard when somebody's already got a solution on the market, and in the form of the Elgato Prompter. You can actually see here, if I show you it now, the thing is made. So much slicker when you've recorded it in advance. But look, size-wise, the monitor is pretty much the same. The screen is about the same. We still have the same issue, or I've heard people come back to me saying, look, I can see around it. I haven't got the full size of this. And I think you just got to accept that that's how it is. But in terms of, if I just flick this, well, I've got it this way around. If I flick this camera on, I just want to double check it's not catching the edge at all. Come on. It's just querying it. Oh, there we go. Right. So yeah, that's shooting through. It's not catching any of the edges of the frame. And I've got this set right back. Well, I haven't actually. I could get my thumb through the gap there. So it's most of the way back. But yeah, honestly, for the simplicity of this, you know, all I've done, you've seen what I've just done there. We've put this into system settings. It's already found it as a monitor. I've then just extended it and told it where I want it positioned. So now my mouse will just go from this screen up to this one. So I can drag that Zoom meeting up. I can put notes up there. I need to find a teleprompter app, and I don't know whether they're potentially Neewer have got one. Like I know a lot of these Prompt Pro, Prompt Smart, they're designed to be on portable devices like an iPad or an iPhone, and they don't tend to have a desktop version. So to get, I need to go looking. If you know of one, please feel free to share it in the comments. But I need to get an actual prompter because the Elgato did have one built into it. wasn't great in fairness, and it definitely didn't used to follow my voice and scroll. So if anyone knows of a good prompter app that follows your voice and is a desktop app, that's what we need for this, rather than it being an iPad one. But yeah, honestly, really impressed with that. I don't know setting wise what there is that can be done. Okay, that's just changing around. So it's flipping it if I wanted, so whether I want it to be in this format or not. Looks like that's about all no, I've got brightness. I don't know how to get to anything else. I'm going to have to read the instructions. Yeah, Neewer, I think you've done an excellent job with this. I can see this being very popular, and from what I just saw on those notes, which are now on this screen, I think it's coming. It's pre-release at the minute. It's going to be £169, and yeah, I got to do some testing properly to, really put this alongside. I'm trying to grab this screen and drag it back over here, and it's struggling a little bit. My Chrome window. There it goes. Right, I'll pull it back over here. Yeah, £169 pre-order. Let me have a play with this and really put this alongside my Elgato one. Use it, see how easy it is to, or actually put them side by side, see what the image quality is like between them. I know on the Elgato it was very much a blue tint that I used to have on there, and I didn't like that. I'm not seeing that at all on this. It's a little bit dark, but then you can put that brightness up. But other than that, I think the quality of it is very impressive. So I think that's about as much as I can say on this. I was going to say quick, it wasn't that quick, but an unboxing really, and a setup. And it's quite encouraging, I think, to see, yeah, the instructions aren't brilliant, but actually, I mean, I've got some nice spare parts that I don't, maybe this is an extension for if that camera needs to be bigger and go back further. That would make sense. And I think by the looks of this, it looks like there's a clamp there. So maybe if you wanted to use this with a phone, that's the idea, that you would tuck your phone up in there. Yep, that makes a lot of sense actually. So your phone, this would be a bracket if you wanted to put a phone in. So actually we've kind of worked it out. We've got an extra cable there if you were doing this over HDMI. Right, we'll leave it there. I'll stop waffling, and thanks so much. Hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to subscribe if you're not already, because we will do a full little setup video of this, and we'll put that one up, and you don't want to miss it. All right, thanks very much. See ya.